Stative verbs versus action verbs. Some verbs describe actions, others describe states. Understanding this difference helps you use English verb forms correctly, especially ing forms. Let's look at action verbs and stative verbs. First, action verbs. An action verb describes something that happens. It shows what someone does. For example, run, eat, write, talk, build. In the sentence, she is writing an email. The verb writing shows an action in progress. Action verbs can usually be used in simple and continuous forms. Now, stative verbs. A stative verb describes a state, not an action. It tells us how someone feels, thinks, or is. Common stative verbs include know, believe, like, love, hate, need, own, seem. For example, I know the answer, she likes her job, they own a house. These verbs describe situations, not actions. Here's the key difference. Stative verbs are not usually used in continuous forms. We don't normally say, I am knowing the answer, she is liking her job. We say, I know the answer, she likes her job. But there's an important exception. Some verbs can be stative or action, depending on the meaning. For example, think. I think this is correct. Here, think means believe. It is stative. I am thinking about the problem. Here, thinking means considering. It is an action. Another example is have. I have a car. This is stative. It means own. I am having lunch. This is action. It means eat. So how do you decide? Ask this question. Is the verb describing an action or a state? If it's an action, the ing form is usually possible. If it's a state, it usually isn't. Let's review. Action verbs show what someone does. Stative verbs describe states or conditions. Stative verbs are not usually used with ing. Some verbs can be both, depending on meaning. Understanding this difference helps you avoid very common English mistakes. In the next lesson, we'll look at phrasal verbs and see why English uses verbs with particles like up, out, and off.